Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 24th podcast, Dropodcast here. Today my guest is ENZAK, and we're going to talk about Planetside Arena and Planetside 2, the latest stuff. It will mainly be focused today around the new game, Arena. So first of all, welcome ENZAK though.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
What game have you been playing the last few days a lot?
I kind of took a little break of Planetside. I started to play a little bit of Counter-Strike with the German friends from ENZAK. I gotta say, I miss Planetside a little bit.
What's your rank in CSGO?
I was, what was it? Master Guardian Elite, I think, but now I have to re-rank, so it's Gold Nova 3 and I have to go up again.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah.
GG, nice. Well, maybe there will be something like a leaderboard as well on Planetside Arena, but let's go with the first topic. Have you seen the trailer? That's the first thing.
Yeah. It was short, but it was good.
Yeah, I think it was good. I got some comments that it looked really cheap and badly produced. Well,
I'm gonna be honest, I watched the serious review about it as well,
yeah,
and he was saying that um, the the trailer was actually good because they don't have the money or the need to spend like another big amount for a decent trailer.
yeah.
I think they already did that with the previous one, and in my opinion, it looks good. You don't have to compete with all the top notch trailers. Like, it was good.
Yeah, for me personally as well, it just made me feel a bit hyped. It does show all the
Yeah,
big elements like the big battles, tanks, aircraft, and also the
yeah.
jetpack gameplay. So I think it's good enough. Yeah, exactly. Well, then you just, I think you also read the death letter, have you?
Yeah. About that. The day I got the email, I read the letter, and it was full with spelling mistakes.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, I even sent Carto a message about it. And like, dude, you can't do this. Like, literally, if you put it through like an online spelling corrector, it even shows like at least 5 mistakes.
Oh,
So
this is
yeah,
really bad.
other than that, other than that, it was pretty like okay. It's nice that they give a little bit of an update, but I would have hoped they would have done it more often rather than now everything just like an up to date during the whole summer. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
looking good.
were you surprised that it will be releasing still in September?
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. I don't know, the first impressions were looking to another delay, and then with this new game coming out, Modern Warfare and everything, I don't know. Yeah, I'm happy they still try and will release it now. So I hope they do it.
About the release, by the way, and about Modern Warfare, like you mentioned, the PC beta from Modern Warfare will also release, I think, on the 18th,
Yeah,
19th.
that's gonna be perfect. I
There'll be
think
some.
about every game is launching about that time.
I
18,
think the day
19.
after Zelda will launch a new game.
Yeah,
There are a lot of new games actually going to be launched, so it
it's
will
gonna
be
be
some
good.
heavy competition.
Yeah.
Other than that, also, it will again be an early access release with the full release in 2020. Is that a model you are okay with, or?
I mean, in 2019, we're expecting that from every game, right? Like Modern Warfare is also releasing early access and everything. Like
Oh,
every
really?
game these days is releasing with a beta and whatever. And I'm not a fan, but in general, like everybody is doing it, so why not do it yourself? Jump on the train and keep going.
Yeah, I also got a comment from the Rogue Wolf. The trailer seemed pedestrian to me. Didn't showcase any gameplay. Didn't really tell us much of the about the game. Do you still expect they
Yeah,
will like also post a gameplay trailer or anything alike?
I think on full release, I hope they still do like another kind of spot about what the game is and what it's all about. But I honestly don't think they have time for that.
No, it's only 3 weeks basically. Wow.
Yeah. I'm hyped. I hope everybody else is.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
One of the main game modes will also be Squad Battle Royale or Squad. I don't know, something like Squad. It will be 12 v12 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 until up until 200 players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, yeah.
When I was looking like at the what it's gonna launch as, I was looking for like the big number games again, like the Massive Clash and everything. But then I couldn't really find it, and I don't know what's going on there. Are they like changing the focus of the game, like from the battle royale perspective to like a more arcadey, like what's it called? A little bit like Halo, but then in a BR version,
You mean the
something like
arena
that.
aspects, like
Yeah,
team
the
deathmatch and
arena
stuff.
shooter
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, the Massive Clash actually, that's part of the roadmap. It's actually part of
Mm-hmm.
2020 quarter 2. So I won't expect Massive Clash until next year, July or June.
Yeah, and then that's where I felt a little bit like betrayed. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like the previous trailer obviously said like launching with this and more game modes to come. And then now it's like we're launching with the battle royale, basically a couple low player count game modes, but nothing really crazy, I would say.
The thing is, I think they initially wanted to use Echoes Amerish, so the remade
Yeah, yeah,
Amerish map for Massive Clash. But in the new roadmap, they actually stated, what's the name?
that they want to
A new
make a
map.
new. Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. uh, I'm not gonna judge them because of the Planetside 2 history, but like it's the same developer, and I would hope they focus on the game modes rather than the maps at first. Because making a whole new map, I see this a lot. People that are about Planetside are commenting like, "Why is there no new map? This is boring or whatever." Making a whole new map is really hard, and it's not just placing some like props down and hoping it will work out, and it's making a new game essentially. And
I don't know
then
what
you
kind of
have
tools they have available. Some like map tools are quite easy, but
yeah, exactly. But then you have to think about all the game modes. If you're adding a new map, all the game modes will have to work with that new map. So you have to like all of that needs time to develop, and
I do
I don't
think in
think
this case they will develop a special map for Massive Clash, so they can just
I
focus on
think
their game
the
modes.
the better idea would be like the Massive Clash, put that first, and then after you release Massive Clash, you make a new map.
Okay,
Something like that. Yeah, the other
yeah,
way around. I see it would work better because
we'll
then you
see.
have the technology and you keep that in mind, and like the the maps could be made around with the idea in the back of it around the Massive Clash and everything. So we'll see.
But right now, Massive Clash is not part of the coming future. So let's talk about the things we do get. One of those things is, like I mentioned, Squad Battle Royale. It's 12v12 v12 v12. What I think, I haven't seen this before. The highest team games I've seen in Battle Royale is like 50 versus 50. But that's not really
What?
yes,
A team game battle royale 50 versus I've only seen like the squads up to like 4 or 6.
yeah.
Like,
PUBG and Fortnite experimented with 50 versus 50. But it's
okay,
always a
yeah.
mess. That's always a mess.
I can imagine, yeah. It's just too big of a group to play
Yes.
with.
And I actually think that 12v12 will be like little one live death matches
Yeah. Yeah.
in a battle
I
royale
can
scene. And I
see
think
that
that's pretty
happening
cool.
exactly.
That's, yeah.
The thing is gonna be you're gonna be playing with randoms all the time probably because nobody has 12 friends all the time, right?
It depends. I think if you find outfits, like in Planetside 2 right now, you've got a lot
Yeah,
of outfits, and if they often play together.
and that's what's gonna happen, right? They were planning on adding outfits, I think. I'm not sure. I read it
Yes.
somewhere.
Quarter one,
So
and that will be outfit wars.
that would be perfect. That could work out really well. I think also 12v12 is like a good amount of players. Like it's not too many, it's not too few. Like it's good for team play, and it's what a lot of players from Planetside 2, let's say, have been requesting for. Like they hate, or they don't hate, but they prefer the game without all the clutter, without all the big numbers, I guess. A lot of people that play on Jaeger, for instance, don't really like, or they do like, but it's not the same. So yeah.
That's the only thing I do miss, like the 6v6 mode yet. They do
Hmm.
mention tactical loadout, but I don't think that has anything to do with like the smaller modes. But we'll have to
I have
see.
no idea.
Right now they've really focused, I think, on the bigger scale, like with big battle royale and big squad battle royale.
Hmm.
But did you enjoy playing like 3-man squads in Apex?
Honestly, 3 man is are really good because I think when you're playing with 2 players, it's often gets very personal or toxic. Like you blame the other guy, and if there's like more guys, then you can say like, okay, it wasn't good as a team effort. I think it was good that there's 3 players, but I don't see like Apex with more than 3 players would suck. I think I just I don't see it work. But then Planetside has that feeling. It's just low time to kill, nice. I don't know, nice gun mechanics and everything. I can only hope for the best there.
Yeah, because there are like right now also 3 roles: medic, assault, engineer. Apex also had a kind of similar role with like a tank, a medic with support, and something else. You might see
Yeah,
similar
like the
combinations.
hero kind of aspect. Did you mean
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah. I hope they just don't add maxes. That's all I ask.
maxes.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, man.
No,
Like a special
I
drop, max drop.
I don't know if you have played um the beta test. I think you did.
Yeah, yeah. Back in January.
It was pretty obvious which class was the best. Like straight away, everybody played medic after the second round.
I thought
But
actually assault was pretty strong as well.
yeah, but there's a big lack of self healing in like battle royales in general. Like there's not many med kits and everything. So the ability to just heal yourself mid fight is just
Yeah,
insane.
the assault had the and the shield regeneration totem, I think,
Hmm.
and I used that a lot in my gameplay sessions. And also because you were so mobile, because you were using the ambusher
Just
jump jets,
yeah.
you could just keep moving and keep moving.
But the cooldown on those jets were just insane.
Yeah.
I think yeah, there's some balancing to made, but I think they will have that. Like they will realize that really quick.
The only thing I'm really curious about is how they are going to handle like picking off things from the ground. Because when you played, right, I thought it was really finicky. When you killed somebody, like all his items were spread out on the floor. And if you
Ah, like
want to
that.
get this one gun, you often accidentally pick up something else, which is so
I mean,
annoying.
you played what's it called? Fortnite, right?
Yeah, nah, once or twice.
Yeah, I don't play it either. But like when I've watched like 1 or 2 streamers play it, I always see like everything drops on the ground and falls all over the place. And I think that adds a little bit of like area for skills, and like the longer and the more you'll play the game, the faster you'll see like, oh, I need that and that, and this is just
Ah,
junk I don't need. And I don't really think that they should make it like Apex where it's just like, hey, this is blinking here, click this, and there you go. Because like the
but
looting system in Apex is really good, but it's too easy in my opinion.
I actually kind of liked it that you had like a box to choose things from when you killed somebody, instead of it all laying on the ground. But that's also because I'm
Yeah,
used to PUBG, and in PUBG you have like a crate, and you could use a tab menu to quickly like
yeah,
put things in your
vicinity.
backpack. Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, it's up to you to be quick in that scroll list and select the right ammo, select the right attachments. There is the skill gap. Like, it's nice to have people needing to look for what they need. Like
That's true.
if you just do it automatically for them, then it removes the whole aspect of the game. Then you're just running around and shooting basically.
There's one thing though, you also can get passive skills, like for example, quicker reloads of your jetpacks, and that
Mhm.
one can only upgrade and not downgrade. So that's I think a positive thing.
I mean, who wants to downgrade their jetpack?
I don't know. But the thing is, in PUBG, if you pick up, for example, a worse backpack, you can do that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And like, for instance, you have a level 3 helmet and there's a level 2 one that's still full or whatever. Or yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna
I
see.
don't think like downgrading would be or would make sense in any case because it's all like medic stuff and the hover or whatever you want to call it, the jetpack. So it wouldn't really make sense to downgrade stuff there.
Yeah, yeah. Another important topic is the price of the game. Right now, you got two editions: the Recruit Edition for $20 or the Legendary Edition for $50, but including 2 keys for the game, basically.
Yeah, your own plus somebody you can
Yeah,
give, right?
yeah, exactly. Are you going to buy the game?
That's a good question.
I mean, I see a lot of
Yes.
people. I see a lot of people that actually have the question. Okay, I got like $60.
Yeah.
Should I buy Modern Warfare or should I buy Arena?
You should be like me. My birthday's a couple of days before. I'm just gonna
Ah,
ask for money and buy both of them.
GG.
But yeah, if I was, I would just wait for like a couple people to stream it, and then if it looks promising, I would buy it. But yeah, I
And if
think
yeah,
both of the games are really promising, and I don't know which one you should pick. It's personal. Like they're two very different games and very similar games.
I also see a question from Uncle. You guys should talk about why they don't have a pre-orders up for it yet. You can, for example, right now I think wishlist the game on Steam, so you can see when it gets. I think
Yeah,
when it becomes buyable, but you can't buy it yet. It's pretty strange if you ask me, but I don't know why.
yeah. I don't know either. Like,
Maybe they're still thinking about making it free to play or anything like that. But I also see a lot of people
just
mentioning like H1Z1 did this. They were a play to pay game before, and then after I think a few years they went free to play as well.
and then that's where they got all the hackers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
I
that
don't
aspect,
know.
it's pretty good to have like a pay to play game.
Did you see the guy that posted? I think somewhere on the Planetside Arena Reddit, like the when the beta was out, he already posted cheats on there.
Really,
Yes.
cheats to buy. Wow.
Yeah, just because it's like the same engine as Planetside, right? So I guess some of it still works, and I don't know whatever, but I hope they do a good like see through that and fix it really quick.
I know a few people have like access to the Planetside Arena test server. It's a hidden thing, secret thing.
Hmm.
I don't have access, so I I can't tell you anything about it. But I know a few people have access to it, and they are trying a lot of things out. For example, trying to disable shadows, trying to change the ID and IOS, like in Planetside
So
2 as well.
Planetside Arena test server, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you not have that anymore in your Steam library?
I've never had it.
Oh, I still have it right now.
You still have it. In that case,
Yeah,
actually, the servers are open right now. The
really?
servers are open right now. You can actually play.
Okay, I'm gonna try it tonight then. Holy shit.
Okay,
I
GG.
didn't know that.
Thank you, by the way, Aeon, for the host. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about Planetside 2 today, Planetside Arena as well. Because, well, in basically 19 days, it will release on the PC platform for the early access. The next thing on the topic list tonight is the roadmap still. We talked a little bit about it, but the game will launch without aircraft, but they will add it later in Q1 of 2020. Are you going to miss the aircraft in Planetside Arena?
I have concerns about that though. I hope they make the aircraft system different than the aircraft system they have now in Planetside too, because otherwise the playing level or the skill level and the skill gap is just gonna transfer straight over to the new game, because there's probably gonna be a lot of new players, and if you put aircraft in there, like you have played the community smashes, right?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. Whoever has the best air wins. So I can see the similar thing happens to this game if they add it. So I hope they change it in such a manner that it's like fresh for everybody and have everybody has to learn it, or that they change it that there's like more of a transport aspect to it and not as a attack, defense, and whatever aspect.
So maybe like a Valkyrie without a gun on it.
Yeah, maybe with a gun, because a Valkyrie with a gun, okay, that makes sense. You can shoot the Valkyrie with your harasser and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
then, like, if you would make it end game and there's like a Reaver flying around with rocket pods, and there's just you with your harasser, you stand no choice, like no chance.
Actually, I think I did it pretty well in Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 also added tanks to the Battle Royale. But over there also there were a lot of ways to disable the tanks. So what actually happened to me a few times, first we had like a 1v1 in Battlefield 5 in Firestorm. And we both had tanks, but my tank was really low already, so I had a 1v1 with a bad tank. Then I just went out, I shot him a few times with his own, with my own bazooka or something like that. And then he also had to move out. And it also had some pretty interesting gameplay, because you can add vehicles, but it actually only adds to the health pool of the matchup.
Yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
But
I hope they
it's
do
something
something similar. Yeah.
different. It's something different because most of the time you end up just 1v1 infantry versus infantry. So
Hmm.
I kind of like having something different. The only thing, yeah, like you mentioned, it might ruin the balance. It might.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, let me quickly take a look at the roadmap. Yeah, they mentioned outfit wars. What are your wishes for outfit wars? I mean, you guys, I know you have been playing with X-Tech a few times against other outfits. What is necessary for an outfit wars to be good?
Ranked system,
Ranked?
definitely,
Yeah.
because you don't want new players that are like a fun outfit to play against people that actually take it competitively, because they just stand no chance. So I say a ranked system would be nice, and then for outfits, just make it very customizable that both of the groups can kind of select what they want, where they want to fight. I don't know if you've played Counter Strike or anything like that.
Yeah.
The same like Counter Strike, I would say. Just do the same in the way of how they do matchmaking, and then add outfits to it.
And would you like to have like a tool to be able to choose location on Amarish?
uh, I mean, you could do it. I mean, the outfit fight shouldn't be the battle royale, right?
No, no,
That's
that should
just out
be.
of the place. It should be the arena type shooter 12v12 in a certain area of the map. And I'd say just make certain areas, predefine them with a circle around them with like damage that you go if you go out of that zone, and then put one team on one side and the other team on the other side. Let them coordinate. Maybe a couple. I don't know if they'll ever add the aircraft and stuff like that. But then
What
you have a good starting point of like, this is an area where you fight. There's no going out of bounds. There's no stuff like that.
would you restrict the outfit wars to 12v12? I know a lot of outfits out that are bigger, but
That's where I say do the customization, like make it customizable by
mhm.
the players. Like
Yeah.
if they wanna do a 10v10 or do wanna do a 6v6, like make it changeable by the players that host it or that do it. I also don't think outfit wars is a bad idea, because it adds to like the whole community vibe and everything that's going on.
Yeah. I'm
So
glad as
yeah,
well.
outfit
Also,
wars. Just to answer it, it's basically like you have Planetside 2, I guess you know that, and then there's outfits that do play competitively in Planetside too, and you can kind of get the same in Planetside Arena, we guess, and then your outfit fights another outfit for a winning title and stuff like that. It adds to gameplay and fun.
The fun thing also, I somebody mentioned like, hey, Daybreak says, Planetside is not a competitive game, esports. A couple of years later, PSA, GG, GG Daybreak.
Honestly,
I think having a good customizable arena scrim system like Rookwolf says is pretty decent as a starting point for esports.
yep, exactly. In any game, every game that has esports is usually done by a fanatic modder team that's just like, hey, we like this game, but we don't like it how you showed it to us, so we're gonna change it and we make it like this. Like, look at, I don't know an example right now, but like most of the esports games are usually driven by the players and not really by the organization.
I mean, I don't think any esport organization is going to fund the Planetside 2 team anytime soon, so... Something else. On the Q2 of 2020 also says PS4 and Xbox One launch. My first question to you is, don't you think it's
What's a
late for a
PS4?
PS4 or Xbox One in 2020 with the new PS5 and Xbox Scarlet coming out? And the second one, yeah, well, it's, do we need more than PC?
Do we need more than PC? Definitely.
Okay, yeah.
I think um, catering to only one side of the whole gaming community, let's say, is a little bit short-sighted. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, as many players as possible is a good idea. And then maybe, I'm not gonna say do cross-platform, but do it. uh, yeah, I
I think
think
it's pretty
it's
funny.
worth.
Modern Warfare will get crossplay. However, though, they enable like you to see. You can right now connect the keyboard and a mouse to a PlayStation or an Xbox One.
Yeah.
And if you are gonna do if you want to do crossplay, you can choose to only play with keyboard mouse or only play with controller people.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is the solution.
I mean, so you're not able to play with a controller against mouse keyboard guys.
Yeah, but even right now it's pretty unfair. If you connect a mouse and a keyboard and you only play against PS4 people with only controllers, it's pretty easy GG.
Yeah, but then there's people with controllers that are literally better than every other mouse and keyboard guy. I think it's just in general easier to control your character and everything with mouse and keyboard. But yeah, it's not a good idea to put them all together. Definitely not.
Then the other question, PS5 is launching as well in 2020. Don't you think it's a waste of resource to work up on a PS4 game?
The thing is, I don't know about the differences in development. Like, is it literally a separate development?
Oh, I don't
Like,
know.
or
What?
is it just porting it towards a different game? I don't know how to call it, but like, is it really remaking the entire game on PC and on PlayStation, or is it just the same thing you make, but then like export it? Let's say you make you make a video and you export it like this file size and this file name. Is it different or is it not? I don't know.
I don't know, but why wouldn't they just... If it's so easy to also work on the PS4 and Xbox One at the same time, why did they only release it in PC early access then right now?
I guess because we've been waiting so long.
That's
No,
that's a good one.
they made a promise, so I mean they gotta deliver.
Yeah, that's
No,
true. Originally, it was also only a PC release, and then they added the PS4 suddenly out of nowhere.
also, do you hear any other games talking about PlayStation 5?
Um,
Not that I know.
yes. yes. Cyberpunk will first release on PS4
Yeah.
next year, and then PS5 as well later.
Mm-hmm.
There will
Yeah,
still be a lot of good games on PS4, but
that's
I
just what
personally think PSA is a project for the longer term. I mean, if they already have a roadmap looking 1 year ahead.
I'm sure they're gonna do it then. They just didn't talk about it because nobody really is up to date with the whole PlayStation thing. Like, when is it gonna launch and everything?
Makes sense.
There's not a lot of hype around the PlayStation 5 right now, I think.
Not really, no.
So
No, that's still on its
so
way.
I think that's why there's just they didn't think about mentioning it, or they didn't even think about doing it yet because there's not a lot of hype. But I think as soon as they launch the PS5, they're probably gonna make it available on that as well. That is at least as if it's successful on PlayStation 4.
Little question in between, by the way. Do you have a controller, ENZAK?
I have a PlayStation 3 controller, yeah.
Can you connect that to your PC?
I can try.
We need
You
to do a
wanna?
1v1. You're using a controller.
Alright, we'll do
Okay.
that. I
Yeah.
The last time I played on a controller is like Black Ops 2 release on the PlayStation 3.
Oh, wow.
So that's been a while.
That has been a while. Jesus.
Yeah.
The next thing also launching in 2020 are new classes. Like I mentioned, it will only launch with an engineer, medic, and the assault. But
Mm-hmm.
apparently they want to add more classes as well. In Planetside 2, we have already the infiltrator and also the heavy assault.
I
That's
hope,
pretty much the same as the
yeah,
assault, I guess. And also
I
the
hope
light assault.
they look away from the Planetside 2 classes and everything. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You can make a trickster class. You can make different stuff.
Let's go back. The trickster class. What can I expect of that?
Like people that make traps and stuff like that.
Okay.
Maybe some weird. I'm not saying teleport, but like you move into some direction for a little bit in fast speed, but like you can make a lot of different stuff that doesn't have to be a max or an infiltrator or a shotgun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at new ideas. They wreck.
Just go look at Apex and steal some IDs.
Yeah, not even that.
No?
Like
Be creative.
even Apex right now is about to die, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You've been
It,
bamboozled. Look at you. I mean, yeah. Just look at new ideas, please, with the classes. Don't go always back to your things that you know work, because you know people hate them.
but having an invisible class in Planetside Arena would not be favorable to you.
No,
No, okay.
especially with all the modes around it. Like, I hope, like I said, with the outfit wars and everything, I hope they make it very customizable, where you can say, for instance, hey, we're doing outfit wars. We disable these classes. You can only select that. Um, so you have, for instance, no snipers. You can disable certain upgrades, certain uses of like rocket launchers, stuff like that. I hope they make it very customizable, so it's actually useful to make it your own as a community.
Yeah, that would be really cool. That's a good question. They're launching with a lot of big player number game modes, like 300 versus 300, and they want two lobbies. They want squad battle royale and they want team of three battle royale.
Mm-hmm.
That requires a lot of players. And if you also want to host custom lobbies, that will like
Mm-hmm.
steal players from the other lobbies. That makes sense.
Not necessarily. I
No?
think the outfit wars is not gonna be a thing that's gonna be happening constantly, right? It's gonna be like once a week, twice a
Yeah, that's
week,
true.
once a day, max. I think you should just think of it as an addition to just do a ranking system that way. But in general, I would just say it's just yeah, just the game is what you get. You play it.
That's true. That's definitely true.
Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, no, go ahead.
The next thing on the topic list today is crates. Well, in the pay page it says if you get the recruit edition, you'll get the game plus a few crates, and if you get the legend edition, you'll get the game plus even more crates.
Nice.
Have you been playing a game with loot crates lately?
Think I have money for that? No.
I mean, you played Counter Strike, right? Counter Strike is known for their loot boxes with like
You
keys and
think I
stuff.
have skins?
I don't know.
No. I mean, loot crates, they gotta monetize some way. But then again, I think why do you make your game paid if you're gonna make loot crates and all that stuff? And
Yeah,
are they gonna be worth it? Like, are they are this are it skins? Are it name tags? Like what's it gonna be inside of the loot crates?
that's the big question. Some people have been suggesting it can be similar to what we have with the implants right now.
Oh,
And that would be.
what? Excuse me, what? You wanna add implants to that game? No.
Somebody even suggesting that, like, we could, for
No.
example, add things
In my
like
opinion,
cat-like or
yeah, in my opinion, implants is what really broke Planetside 2
yeah.
because there's literally meta to the game right now. If you don't run this implant, you're literally less able or less prone to survive this or that. Like if you if you look at every heavy shitter you see around us,
Mm-hmm.
they're all running assimilate, at least that.
Assimilate, yeah.
So there's this meta thing that's going on, and if you would just put it no implants, everybody would be the same, and it's just skills. That doesn't matter, yo. I don't think so. Like you get 200 HP from the implant, you get 40. No, how much is it if you do a kill? There's a lot of stuff with implants. You know that. Simple. It's true. If
The
you would
question
add
that
that to Planetside Arena, then are you gonna do it that it drops and you get a certain implant because you picked it up from the ground? Because that way I can see it work. But if it's gonna be a loot box and you buy an implant and you get to keep it forever on every round, then it's just nice. Yeah, good game.
that might actually work if you pick it up, like for example, the passive skill upgrades with the jetpack and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That could work. If they do implants that way, then it's nice. But if they do it in a loot box pay to win play, then no.
There was also one of the things they mentioned, more class progression. Sometimes it feels like you do miss class progression or progression in general in a lot of battle royale games. Having these rules does fix it a little bit. I think that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to wait and see what will happen. Other than that, yeah, I do guess it's mainly gonna be. I hope it's still mainly gonna be cosmetics, because I don't care about cosmetics at all. People can buy if they want to. If they don't want to, they already played. They already paid for the game anyway, so
Just give Bionics and the simulator. Nice.
it will be
So
nice.
I hope the same. Like I hope it's just cosmetics, and then again, I wonder who will buy them. But yeah, there's
Uh,
always that special kid, right?
always one kid. The next topic on the list is actually going back to Planetside 2. And we have a few topics about the death cam, miscellaneous updates. But I want to start with something else, and that's the place of the game after Arena. Because some people have been suggesting that, hey, Planetside Arena is actually secretly Planetside 3. And if you've seen
Mm-hmm.
Serious Gaming's video about that.
Yeah.
But I personally think that Planetside Arena and Planetside 2 will coexist.
Yeah, I think the same. What I do think though is a lot of people are gonna go switch to Planetside Arena for shorter games and more like I can play for 1 hour, so I'll just log in, play a couple rounds, and then log out again.
Yeah.
While Planetside Arena, Planetside 2, I mean, you have the alert system. It's more of a long-term game. Um, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like it's probably gonna divide the people a little bit, but then also bring new people to Planetside too.
Yeah. The thing is right now, especially as long as the outfit wars are in a part of Planetside Arena, the big appeal for like the bigger outfits to switch to Planetside Arena isn't there. And also, don't forget, Planetside Arena will be a pay-to-play game, whereas Planetside 2 is free. So there's only a big step to move to the different game.
Very true. It's a $20 step, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's a little thing, but I know people that, like I mentioned, only can buy one game per year, like Modern Warfare or Planetside Arena. And they struggle.
That's pretty normal. I mean, I wouldn't wait. I'm not gonna say it like that, but I wouldn't spend my money on a game that I'm not sure about that it's gonna be good or bad.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And especially because it's an early access release with a lot of modes still in development and not there yet,
Sounds
it's
a lot
quite
like
risky.
what's it called? You have the game and you played it every Battlefield.
Battalion 9044.
No, Battlefield. When it first launched, it also had a lot of stuff that wasn't ready yet, right?
Oh yeah, Battlefield 5, yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people were complaining about that as well. Like, why did you release it already if you could have just waited a little bit more and then release it? What people don't know is like developing a game costs money. Surprise, surprise. So maybe they're like out of time and they just need the 20 bucks from everybody to keep developing,
I
to
mean,
keep making it
I think
viable.
it's personally fine to have like a live service model where they keep adding more and more stuff.
I just think that 20 bucks is a little bit too much for a beta game. Like, they could do it, I don't know. Look at Counter-Strike, look at other games. They're a lot cheaper at the start.
But Counter-Strike is already a really old game, and Counter-Strike is free to play these days.
Yeah, but how did it release? Like,
I don't know anymore. I think it actually started like
it has
$30.
no. The thing is, it has history. Like, it has shown that it's a good game. So people are like, okay, it's a good game. I'm gonna buy it. Even the cheaters that are like, oh, I'm gonna get banned, but hey, I will just buy it again. So I think the $20 is a little bit of a no-no for everybody right now. Like,
Okay, back in 2012, Counter-Strike CS:GO released for $15 on PC. So yeah, that was a lot cheaper. Yeah.
but then you look at it. There's also Counter-Strike 1.6, Counter-Strike Source. They had history to show like the games are good. So you're gonna waste or spend 15 bucks, but like right now it's 20 bucks for a game that we know has a bad history. That's a little bit like, hey, here's our roadmap, but I don't know if we'll deliver it though. That's how I feel about it, at least.
I would love for Daybreak to maybe give you Planetside Arena for free as long as you have membership. But right
I
now they're
mean,
not using membership at all for Planetside Arena, and I
I
think that's a
hope
shame.
they don't do that stupid thing. They gave us all codes when they released with the membership stuff, right?
Yeah.
If they just deactivate all those codes right now, I think you're gonna get a lot of pissed people.
Oh, that would be a massive outcry. Yeah. I
That
already
would
see a lot of
be
posts.
horrible.
Mr. Buff Daddy, I think already was like, "Hey guys, I got this code. Please make it work."
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the plays of the game after Arena. So you also think it will just coexist, but
Yeah.
it will also take some players. For example, for the Europe servers, don't you think it will be maybe wise after Arena to maybe merge them, like Miller and Cobalt,
Merge them.
like Mill Cobalt?
I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea.
No, I see a lot of no's in the chat already. So
Yeah.
let's not merge. Simple no.
There's just a big difference between the EU servers. Like, one server is just of people that. Let's just not talk about this. People are gonna get mad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, well, Bricks was already dead for ages. That was just coming. The death of bricks.
Mm-hmm.
But sooner or later, they will see that the game. What?
Cobalt TR is finally gonna win it alert. Yeah, if
uh,
sorry, keep going.
I lost track. Yeah. And the thing is, Miller TR is also really bad, so I don't think if that will solve anything by sheer pop.
Yeah.
Actually completely lost what I was going to say, but we do have a next topic on the list, and have the dev cam in practice. There has been a lot of complaints about the dev cam. Have you still played with a dev cam before you went over to Counter-Strike?
No, so the reason that I started playing Counter-Strike was literally because Planetside didn't work anymore for me. I had like my game was showing the I don't know 200 FPS I had, but my game literally felt like 60 hertz. Like if you've been playing 240 hertz for like over a couple of years and you look back at 60 hertz, it's like you have a handicap. You don't see anything. And because of that, I was just like, yeah, this is unplayable. So I started playing other games, and then I even played like Assassin's Creed and stuff just because I couldn't. And then now I fixed the issue. Yeah, exactly. Because it was the new NVIDIA drivers that apparently didn't work, and then I kind of fixed it somehow by deleting my entire NVIDIA driver and then
Okay.
reinstalling it, and then I had a 1 hertz refresh rate, and then I had to delete my INI and do that also again. So it was a really sloppy transition from the deadcam update. But now it works, and I gotta say I have no complaints about it. But I don't see the use for it. But that's just I know where I die from. Like I'm not. If I know like a new player could probably get some use for it, but I only see use for it if they add like emotes or something, and you can just like teabag or dab on someone. Like, but
I
that's
think
just
also a big important thing is that it just looks a lot more modern. Like modern games also do it like this. Battlefield, for example, has a similar zoom in option.
yeah. So yeah, just again copy other games, Daybreak. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But okay, so the dev cam, you don't see any issues with it?
No, I wonder if they are adding that. Is that in Planetside Arena? I don't know.
The
I
dev
think
cam?
it
Oh,
is.
that's actually a good question. I don't know.
I've got no idea. I'll let you know. I'll do the test server tonight.
Yeah, I think the thing is, you have like this down state as well. So you will be downed and you will be revivable. I
Oh
don't know
yeah, yeah.
how the when it will zoom in on you, or if the dev cam. Apparently, dev cam is in according to Shrimp, but it's
It's
actually
in.
a proper
Okay.
camera. Ooh,
Oh,
NDA, there it comes.
it's actually a proper camera.
So,
Weren't they saying earlier like they could use tech from Planetside Arena and like put it into Planetside too? That's
oh,
something they said, right?
well, if they show a proper camera working in Arena, then I think it's possible to port it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Interesting. The only thing people are mentioning right now that they want to see they want to see suppressors also blocking the dev cam.
Wait, what? Suppressors? Yeah,
So if you use a
I think
suppressor,
yeah, the way they added it right now is just really simple. Everything that kills you, like the camera turns towards it.
yeah,
Doesn't outline it if you're having a bad day. Like sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. I think they need to refine it. Yeah, there's just too much variables that you can do. Like a certain distance. I also think it's like if you snipe somebody from 300 meters and you're gonna like zoom in into the nowhere, like okay, good idea. I think there should be a limit on range and as well, like they said, suppressors and possibly other variables. And maybe an implant that like doesn't show the death cam or something like that.
Yeah, that could be pretty funny as well. I also got a comment from the Rogue Wolf. I don't think that Planetside 2 could handle doing a killer's point of view camera like COD does. I also think that will... I don't know how the servers work, but I don't think it's possible, yeah.
Do you mean like a
Like in Call of
replay?
Duty, it will quickly just show you what the attacker saw.
Yeah, it's just a replay of what
A little
happened,
replay,
but
yeah.
then in his eyes. Yeah, I don't think that's possible, to be honest. Um, like that, I think that's all server sided, and every game that you see with that is like a 12v12 or a 6v6 shooter game. It's not that 1000 or okay, let's not lie to ourselves, but it's not that big of a scale, I think. So it's not. I think it's not possible.
Especially
But
also with like the delay, like milliseconds. Some people see things differently than you see it.
yeah, that doesn't really matter. It would have to just register like your path, and it would be a new instance because you can't replay it in the same world
Mm-hmm.
because there's already people playing on it. So it would have to be in a new instance of the same map, and that would only add more problems, I think.
Interesting. I never looked at it like that, so maybe instancing would help that.
Mm-hmm.
There was another update, I think, also in the new patch. And I think it added a shield to the Prowler. Have you seen it, maybe?
Yes. I don't know what to say about it.
I think what you can shoot through it right now. You can just hide behind it and shoot through it. So I've seen a
Mhm.
lot of cheeky spots near like capture points where the shield goes through the wall and you can just easily hide behind it and cap it. So
No, no.
they should quickly patch it out. I don't know how they will fix it though. I think it's a cool addition having like a new shield. Well, it's so broken right now.
I think it should be just a damage reduction coming from that range, or just not a straight up block.
Oh yeah, that could maybe work. I've
Because
heard.
you look at the Vanguard for the same thing, and it's like before the updates they did to the Vanguard shield, it was also pretty much a no go because you couldn't damage him.
Oh, okay. I've heard that Rel also had some problems changing like the properties of the shield. So I don't know how they will fix it. Simple Nub already says they can't. That's
They
really
can't.
promising.
Shit.
Okay, but that's I think so far the update. I do have a question right now coming in from Calaburnus. There's been a discussion on Reddit about the existence of hitbox modification cheating. Do we believe it's actually a thing?
That's not a question. That's just the truth. Yeah, it is. There's literally tutorials all over the internet how to do it. But you can obviously see it. There's people with gauss saws, 6x gauss saws that's just head locking on your head. Like there's a lot of stuff that still should be fixed, but I'd never think they will change it.
Okay, interesting. I have never even heard about it 6 times God Saw, but I don't play enough NC, I guess. But
I'd say consider yourself lucky because it's just insane. These people have like 98% headshot ratio, 90% accuracy. Like it's obvious they're not human.
what
And
I,
I
what
think
I'm
they should
yeah,
just do more of a hard cap. At least anything above 80% headshot ratio and accuracy is just not a player.
that's just a bot. Yeah.
That's just a bot. And just easily, boom, disconnected. There you go. Like small stuff like that would already filter out a lot of stuff.
The question though is where's the border? When is something clear hacking and when
Yeah.
is something not hacking anymore? I
I'm
think
not
what you say right
saying
now is fine, but I think in the past
yeah.
they also used this hardboard and they
Yeah, that's where
falsely.
what I mean. Like the hard border should just be fine tuned to where it's possible and where it's just a single like a single case that you just have to like okay, this guy is not cheating but still reaches that cap, so we just manually like disable his lock or his banning, like make stuff like that happen, make that a thing rather than giving us a prowler shield and whatever.
And Caliburnus follows as a question, but why are the files not checked?
The thing is, you can't check a file. Like I don't know the new pack system, pack 2. There's it's a different thing, and I don't think they can check it for changes inside of it. I'm not sure about it. I don't code or I don't do that, but I don't think it's possible to check it.
It's a shame we
But
don't have a hacker in here as a new guest. So if anyone of you guys in the chat right now
we've
hitbox
plenty of
modifies
hackers.
by any chance, please come join us and tell us how it works next time.
Yeah.
Oh, that would actually be cool. We could actually make
You
it
can look it up right
anonymous.
now. Look it up on Google.
Can you just Google it? No,
How to hitbox hack Planetside 2, and you will see a tutorial.
for real. That's crazy.
That is. I'm gonna do it
How
right
expensive
now.
is it? How expensive is
It's
it?
free. It's free.
It's free.
Simple. Can I expose you? No. Not as in he's cheating. As in we were talking about it for fun. Like we were joking. Like imagine somebody that's actually good would do that. It's retarded. How obvious it would be. So usually the people that cheat are really bad, and you will notice it in the way they move and in the way they do stuff. Like they are not the ones that will make use of latency issues in Planetside. They're just the ones that run in and shoot everybody in the head and have like, hey, I'm just better than you. But that's not the case. They should be able to check values to make sure they are correct, but they don't. Like a small check on a like a small check to check that the line returns to the correct value. The thing is, you can't really check an entire game every time, like every 5 seconds or every 10 seconds. Like you would have to check everything, right? Because the
I
hitbox is not just like head hitbox. You can literally just replace it with like the hitbox of a sight or the hitbox of a prowler or whatever. So it's not an exact line of code that you're looking for, and it should be on startup. But you've seen like there's literally tutorials out there that are like, you do this, and after the startup you can do that with injections, and yeah, there's too much possibilities to cheat in this game.
I've seen also a big outcry for people to get like GMs and game masters to be in the game and actively ban people when they see for example people flying through walls and stuff.
No.
But first of all, I don't think that Daybreak Games has the money to hire people, and getting volunteers from the community would even be worse.
I mean, you could do like a couple streamers and whatever, but I think the way this game is, it's a client-side game. I have seen people just drop through the ground when they jump at me.
Yeah.
And that's just not, they're not cheating. They're just really laggy, and the code of the animations are just really bad. And so
I have a very good connection. I live in the Netherlands, my ping is like 9, and I just flew through a wall. Like, I did nothing wrong.
That's just the game. That's
the game. Yeah.
So you can't really check for cheating if your game is just really bad in that aspect. Like,
so we need to fix the game
right
first.
Now, no, everybody right now can just say as an excuse, I'm just laggy.
Yeah.
Like I literally know people that are like, they sent me, hey, you're lag switching. Then after that, I get lag switched by them on purpose. Like I know people like that. So it's very possible in this game to do that.
Interesting.
And like I don't mean it's possible to hack, but it's too easy to blame the game for something that happens. You can just say like, yeah, it wasn't me cheating, it was just the server that was lagging. So yeah, it's definitely not gonna change.
No. Maybe that Planetside Arena will be a bit better, like terrain and stuff, and clipping through things.
A big thing that they should change is, I think right now we're using Battle Eye.
Yeah.
And I think they should switch to easy anti-cheat. I know a lot of games that use that game, that use that service, and it's very effective for how much it costs. Like literally,
I
Battle Eye.
I know PUBG uses Battle Eye, and Battle Eye can be pretty effective, but I just
Yeah,
think
and
that
how popular is cheating in PUBG?
it is okay. It is pretty popular, but it also
Yeah,
a lot of
that's the point.
players.
Yeah, but like Battle Eye is just a joke in my opinion.
So what does I lost the name? What does Apex use as anti-cheat? Let me quickly
I
Google
have no clue. I never played it. Like I
Apex.
played it once or twice.
The thing is, of course, Planetside is also a free-to-play game, so they don't do, I think, IP banning, so you can just make another account.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, easy anti-cheat as well.
okay.
But yeah, it's just yeah.
It's hard to fix, I guess. I think cheating, especially in a free-to-play game, will always be a problem. Maybe
think-
less so in Planetside Arena. Depends though if there will be active banning as well.
I know a game that just changes their memory values every Thursday. So
Oh,
every cheater would actually be able to cheat, but the public cheats are every Thursday are out of use, like they're unusable. So they should do something like that. They do a hot fix, change some memory values, make it like harder to cheat, and especially for the older cheats. Like there's cheats from back in 2015 that you can still use today,
oh wow.
just because they don't change stuff, and it's not hard to.
I have to say, I don't encounter that many cheaters, like clear cheaters on Miller.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
also
on
don't
high level,
really.
so there might be more hitbox modifiers than I think there are. But I think so far it isn't that bad.
Might bring a new bug. I mean,
Shitload of poorly documented code is the reason for not much change. Yeah, that's probably the foundation of all the cheats. Anyways, ladies and
yeah.
gentlemen, I do think we talked about all the important things about Planetside Arena, about Planetside 2. Also, we talked about it for an hour now, so I think I have to thank you today, Mr. ENZAK. Do you have anything you want to share still?
No, no. Thank you for having me. That's all.
No? That's thank you. Then, guys, we'll see you back in 2 weeks, but stay here, we're going to host somebody else. So, again, we will see you next time.